Welcome to Game and Grains. I'm Richard, your player one, and today we're going to take a look at Penelope's 2025 release of Rio. So grab those controllers, pour yourself a dram, and let's get into it. This is your whiskey walkthrough. Before we give ourselves a pour, let's unpack this bottle. The Penelope Rio is a part of this year's Cooper series. Just like its brother, the Havana, it is a double cask. It is finished in American honey and Brazilian oak. It has a mash bill of 74% corn, 16% wheat, 7% rye, and 3% malted barley. It has an MSRP of $89.99 and comes in at 98 proof. Just like with all of our other whiskey walkthroughs, this bottle is going to be scored on 4 levels. Level 1 appearance, level 2 nose, level 3 taste, and level 4 finish. Each level has a top value of 5 points, giving us an overall score at the end of 20. 2 additional points will be given at the end, 1 for availability and 1 for price. We will take that score and determine, was this bottle worthy of being purchased or should I left it sitting on the shelf? Let's get into it. All right, I am really excited about this because this is a highly allocated bottle. My local store has a bourbon club, and typically, in order to be in the bourbon club, which I am not, you have to purchase X amount of their store picks. And then at the end of the year, they will hold a lottery. Well, I have made friends with the individuals at the liquor store, and I requested this bottle. Got a phone call that it was in, came in, paid for it, left, didn't think anything of it. Later on, I got wind that they were doing just a random raffle, and this is one of the bottles they had for their Bourbon Club members. So, that goes to show you that developing relationships with your local liquor store employees does have its benefits. Now, today I'm going to be sampling out of my Whiskey Shaman Glen. My buddy over at Whiskey Shaman was kind enough to send me some samples as well as this Glen. So I highly recommend that you go check out his channel. Give him a like, follow. Lots of great content. Great all-around guy. He and I talk back and forth often. So, Whiskey Shaman. Definitely give him a check out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pour a little pour in here. Alright. Now, if you watched my last video, when we took a look at the Havana, we noticed that with that double cask of the maple syrup barrels and the Caribbean rum, it actually had a dark tinge to it. Usually with a double cask, you're going to notice that you pick up a lot more coloration compared to a single cask barrel. So this one was a little bit darker. When we compare the two, this one's a little bit lighter, but again, that doesn't necessarily pertain to the overall flavor. So it is a little bit lighter as we do a little swirly swirl. We definitely see that it is sticking to the edge, but doesn't have really long legs. So that lets me know that this is probably a younger whiskey. There are some legs that are there. Okay. It's sticking to the glass and slowly moving down, so it does have some longer legs to it. So this is probably still a younger whiskey. I would imagine probably around 4, 5, or 6 years. But definitely has a nice light caramely color. And okay, now that we swirled around and let it kind of do its thing, I'm definitely seeing some slow moving legs going down the side. So based on appearance alone, we're going to give it a 4.25. Now, for level 1 appearance, 4.25 points. We're going to go ahead and move on to level 2. Which is our nose. Now, I am very excited about this bottle. I have read lots of reviews by other people. It is compared to drinking something like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I have another bottle that came from Crittenden's that is very similar. So I'm very, very excited about getting the nose and tasting this. So per the website, I did cheat a little bit, did get a little influence, but it's great to have a comparison. The website says that I should be, on the nose, smelling sweet honey with a fun cinnamon roll note. Now, again, if you watch the review of the Havana, it didn't exactly have the same notes, or I didn't pick up the same notes as what was listed on the website. So we're going to see if we see the same thing. So on the nose, here we go. Oh, yes. This is great. If you could take Cinnamon Toast Crunch and dilute it, or somehow figure out how to put it into some sort of spirit, this would be it. Oh my gosh. This is my jam. I love a good finished whiskey. Lots of cinnamon, lots of sweet. Oh yes. So, again, I am very biased. Like I said, I love a good finished whiskey. So on the nose alone, we're going to give it a 4.5. I just absolutely love the scent. I can't wait to give this a taste. So level 2, 4.5 out of 5 points. Off to a good start. All right, so again, on Penelope's website, they're very kind to give you some tasting and some nose notes. So compared to that, their website says it should have a taste of gingerbread, honey nectar, and sweet baking spices. So based off the nose alone, I'm kind of getting that. So I'm hoping that the taste is going to be the same. Cheers. Oh yeah, this is great. Definitely getting that honey sweet, some baking spices there, very reminiscent of walking into Grandma's kitchen around Christmas time as she's making ginger snap cookies, or preparing the cookies to make some sort of gingerbread men or gingerbread house. This is great. This is, like I said, I love a good finish. I love different. I love sweet. This is right up my alley. We're going to go in for again. Oh my gosh. I know this is Rio, which to me makes me think of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, the giant statue of Christ, parades. But the flavor alone, again, reminds me of Christmas time, walking into my grandmother's kitchen. This is very nostalgic for me. Ginger snap cookies, gingerbread. Wow. So out of 5 points for the taste alone, we're going to give it a 4.5. All right. So level 3, 4.5 out of 5. The last level, level 4 finish. Again, influence from the website, long and savory finish with subtle notes of sweet honey and spice. I will go ahead and say, just off the taste, I'm still getting some of those baking spices. That gingerbread is still lingering there on my tongue. But we're going to go back in again and give this another taste, see how it goes on the tongue and finishes. So it's definitely sitting probably mid-palate on my tongue, hovering there. One thing that I failed to mention earlier was that with this being 98 proof, it's very, very smooth. No burn whatsoever. So lower proof, minimal to no burn. Back to the finish. It's still sitting on my tongue. I'm still getting those notes of sweetness, Again, very reminiscent of a gingerbread cookie. So based on that, again, out of 5 points, out of 5, we're going to give it a 4.25. So I was not expecting this. I really enjoyed the Havana from earlier, but out of the two, the Rio is probably my favorite. So, and the points are very reflective of that. Out of just those 4 levels, not including the bonus points, we have 17.5 out of 20. So we're already off to a very good start. So now onto the bonus points, availability and price. Now, Cooper series is again an allocated series. This came out or was released around March of 2025. I didn't get my hands on this until probably the end of May. And again, it was something that was offered to the local bourbon club. Making those connections with my local liquor store, I was able to get it before those individuals did. So, however, shopping around other liquor stores, I haven't seen it available elsewhere. That's not true. I have seen it, but it is a little bit higher on price, which we will touch on in just a moment. So availability, there's still a couple out there, but it is an allocated item. So we're going to give it a 0.25 on availability. Price, MSRP, $89.99, slightly higher than the Havana. The Havana was, I believe, $79.99. I ended up paying about $120, $125 for my bottle. A little bit more than what I wanted to pay, but again, I'm helping to continue to grow that relationship with my local liquor store. It's not too crazy above MSRP, so based on price, I'm probably going to give it, I am going to give it a 0.25 out of 1. So we had 17.5 earlier. Together with our availability and price bonus, that is going to make it an overall score of 18 out of 20. Now, based on that, is it worthy of purchase, or should I have left it sitting on the shelf? In my opinion, it is definitely worthy of purchase. So, all right, we've done the Havana, we've done the Rio this week. Hopefully some point in time we'll be able to do a little head-to-head. As you can tell, I've got a couple more Penelope bottles that we're going to take a look at. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to give me a like on this video. Have you found or have you seen either the Havana, the Rio, or any of these other options? The Project X, which is being released. The Cigar Sessions batch number 1. Are you seeing those in your area? What are the prices? Are they close to MSRP? Drop those in the comments. And then again, if you really enjoyed this content, want to see what we have coming up in the future, please give me a subscribe. All right, I'm Richard from Game & Grains. Thank you for watching this whiskey walkthrough. Have a good day.